Hey guys, welcome to my channel Linux King. My name is Salman Francis, and today we are going to take a look at part 2 of our Ansible roles, and today we will define our custom roles. So without further ado, let's start. As always, I have created some notes, and for this demonstration I'm going to use two machines. One is going to be T-Rex, that is going to be our host, and our controller node is going to be Dragon. So what we are going to do is, first we need to make some changes into our controller node. Okay, make sure you are logged in as Ansible user, and then you are in your Ansible root directory, or the directory where you are using or creating all the playbooks. Okay, so I am already into my directory, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create our custom role, and to do that we are going to use again ansible-galaxy. Okay, so to create the role, what we're going to do is we will be using ansible-galaxy and then role init to initialize the roles, and I'm going to create them in our roles directory, which we already created. If you have no idea about this, please take a look at my earlier video, part 1 of our Ansible roles. So this, in our Ansible roles directory, I'm going to call this web. Okay, press enter, and you can see that the role is successfully created. And to take a look at this roles, what we are going to do is we are going to use the command called tree in our for our web role, and you can see that it has given us all the details about the directories and the files inside those directories. Again, I would encourage you to take a look at part 1 of this video. Okay, so what we are going to do is, in this demonstration, we are going to install Apache and Mariadb in our T-Rex. So let's make sure we don't have Apache installed or Mariadb. Okay, so perfect, we don't have it at the moment in our T-Rex host. So once we have installed the roles or created the roles, now we need to define what we really want from these roles. So first thing is the task. Let's go into our roles directory, then into our web, and then into our tasks directory, and then go to main.yaml, and over here we are going to define few tasks. First task is, of course, it's going to be install Apache, and to do that we will be using yum, of course, command, and the package name is going to be httpd, and we need to make sure that the state is installed, latest. Okay, second task is going to be the service. We need to make sure the service is started, and for this we are going to use, of course, the package name is going to be Apache, and the state is going to be started. So we are going to use the service module here. Okay, and the name is httpd, state is going to be started, and enabled is equals to yes. So these are the two tasks, and the third task I'm going to do is make sure that we copy the index.html file to Apache document root. And for this we are going to use the copy module, and the source is going to be index.html file, and the destination is going to be /var/www/html directory. Okay, so why we are not mentioning the exact or absolute path here? Because the reason is, in roles we already have this directory called files, and it will automatically pull all the information from that directory. Okay, now save and quit. So these are, again, I can explain you that first thing is going to be, it's going to install Apache. Second task is it's going to ensure the service is started. Third is it's going to copy index.html to var www/html. Perfect. Save and quit. Now we are going to go into our files directory and make sure we have index.html available. Okay, if we don't have it, we are going to create vim.index.html, and let's create our simple HTML file with simple content. This file is created with the help of custom roles. Okay, save and quit. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create a playbook, because first we are going to check if it will install Apache. So to go to our go out of the roles directory, and you should be available in your root directory of Ansible, and we are going to call it web/db-custom.yaml. And okay, perfect. So the name is install the packages with custom roles, and host is going to be trex.example.com. Become power user, yes, and role we are going to use is web. Save and exit. And now we are going to run this. And to do that, we will use ansible-playbook. And it's going to be web, sorry. And if all goes well, okay, there's something wrong. Host is not a valid attribute. Oh, yep, it should be hosts. And if all goes well, we will have our working Apache. Okay, something is happening. Yep. So perfect. We have installed Apache, and you can see that with our RPM. Grep Apache, perfect, and systemctl status httpd. Okay, and it's working. So let me open our web browser and check if we can see something, some content. The IP address is 1.50. And you can see that it's written, this file is created with the help of custom role. Perfect. Okay, now what's next? Now we need to install role for Mariadb. And to do that, I'm just going to create another role called Mariadb. The steps are going to be same. So let's create our Mariadb role. And we will call it DB. Okay, and to initialize it, we have initialized it, and the tree command will show us that it's already created. Okay, now we are going to go into our vars directory first, because we need to define some variables for Mariadb. So to go to the vars directory, we first need to go into our roles, then db and vars directory. Here we can see that we have the main .yaml file. Go into this main.yaml file and define some variables. And variables are going to be like what packages we are going to install, what's going to be the password. So first thing is we are going to define like the variable. It's going to be mariadb-package, and Mariadb server. The values are MariaDB server. So the main, this is the variable MariaDB-package, and the values are MariaDB-server and Python 3-p y MySQL. So without this, Apache like MariaDB is not going to work properly. So you need to make sure that you install this package. Okay, then one more variable we are going to define, and it's going to be MariaDB root pass. And the value is hitpings.com. So you can change this password as per your liking. And that's it. We are going to quit. Save and quit. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to define some tasks. And to do that, we are going to go into our tasks directory, go back into main.yaml file, and we are going to define some tasks. So the tasks are, of course, install MariaDB, okay, and here we will be using, of course, the package as per from our variables. And to define it, you will use like curly braces, and in these curly braces you will MariaDB package. Okay, what you need to do is remove that dash actually from here. MariaDB package, make it MariaDB package. So let me just go back to our vars directory, and from here I'm going to remove this dash because it can give error. And let's call it MariaDB root password, RP. Okay, just remember these values. Tasks. So MariaDB pkg, okay, and state is going to be latest. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create another task, and it's going to be make sure the service is running as we did for Apache. And we are going to use service module, of course, and we need to make sure that it's enabled and the state is started. So for service, name is MariaDB, of course, state is started, and then enabled is equals to yes. Okay, MariaDB started, enabled, yes. Now we are going to use it to set root password for MariaDB, and to do that, we are going to create another task, and it's going to be setting MariaDB's root password. And to do that, we are going to use MySQL module. And of course, over here, the name is root. We need to change root password, and the password is going to be, again, in our curly braces, we will mention the variables, and the name of variable is MariaDB RP. Okay, that's it. MariaDB RP. Save and quit. So what we have done till this time is that we have created some tasks, we have created some variables. Going back to the variables in our main file, we can see we created two variables, Mariadb pkg, and the values are Mariadb-server and Python's 3-py MySQL, and then Mariadb RP root password, and it's going to be itpings.com. And these values are then reflected in our tasks. So go to our tasks, and here are the variables which we are using. Mariadb pkg and password is Mariadb RP. Okay, perfect. So now we are going to create a playbook. And in this playbook, actually, what we are going to do is, you know what? Let me remove that Apache from our T-Rex. And we can see that it's not running. Okay. So now I'm going to create a playbook, and it's going to be, let's call it, go to our root directory of Ansible and create a playbook. We will call it web-db.custom.yaml. You know what, we can create a new playbook actually. WebDB, let's call it WebDB custom 2. And then we are going to define it. And what we are going to do is, the name is going to be installing Apache with MariaDB. Okay, and hosts is trex.example.com. Become root user, yes. And roles I'm going to use are web, and what was the name of other role? Was DB, I guess. Yep, that's it. Yeah, one is web. Yep, DB. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to run this ansible-playbook inventory, and it was webdb-custom.yaml. If all goes okay, we will have our running MariaDB and Apache with the password itpings.com. Okay, something good is happening. It's installing MariaDB. Okay, there's something wrong, and the issue is unable to connect to database. Check login user, login password are correct, or root.mycnf has the credential. Access denied for user root at localhost using no password. Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's install it on another host. So let me start that host, and we will check, because it might be an issue with my experiment which I did earlier. So I'm going to start our Draco or Raptor. Let's start Raptor. .60. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to change the hosts only. So that's the power of roles actually. All you need to do is just change the host and everything will be done. So the name is raptor.example.com. And it should work. You need to wait for a while. Okay. And now it went to make sure, yeah, perfect. So you can see now that everything has worked perfectly. So let's go to our Raptor and check if now RPM query grep HTTPD, perfect. And what about Mariadb? Perfect. And now systemctl HTTPD status. My bad. HTTPD is working and Mariadb is working. Good. Can we log in with our password? It pings my SQL-user root -p and I'm going to give it pings.com. The password was, and perfect. And what about our IP address? Okay, it is 192.160 this time. I'm just going to copy it, open our browser, and here we have it. This file is created with the help of custom role. So perfect. So guys, I hope you guys have a better understanding how to create custom roles and how useful they are. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. All the details are in the description below. And thank you very much for watching. Be safe and God bless.